Agnes Waterhouse, the first woman executed for witchcraft in England. Agnes Waterhouse, a local Essex woman, was the first person executed for witchcraft in England in the Tudor period of 1566. Agnes Waterhouse was a widow from the village of Hatfield Peverel, who was accused in Chelmsford for witchcraft. Witch trials had become the norm throughout Europe much earlier. However, Agnes was the first woman to be executed for witchcraft in England, making her the most influential witch of the Tudor period. Henri VIII brought in a law to forbid witchcraft. He allegedly paranoid that Anne Boleyn was a witch and that she had manipulated him with spells, and this escalated the demand for more witch trials during the 16th century, as the people of England were fascinated but also terrified of witchcraft. When the law condemning witchcraft came into effect, Agnes was in her 40s. To local people, she was known as Mother Waterhouse, and this nickname demonstrates her position in society as a kind and helpful single woman who could also provide wisdom and healing. She was accused of witchcraft along with two other women, Elizabeth Francis and Agnes's daughter Joan. Agnes was accused of killing her neighbour, William Fynne, by infecting him with a disease that killed him. However, when she was questioned, she strangely also confessed to harming animals such as pigs and cows in her village, as well as murdering her own husband 9 years earlier, in 1557. It is alleged that this confession may have been forced upon her. Agnes's total charges for witchcraft were for the death of William Fynne, using sorcery to kill livestock, causing illness and murdering her husband. During the trial, her co-accused friend Elizabeth Francis confessed to having a familiar, a white-spotted cat named Satan. Elizabeth explained how she had been given the cat as a child when her grandmother would teach her witchcraft. The cat apparently spoke to her and requested a drop of blood to carry out her demands, and he would teach her how to prepare potions. The cat allegedly killed Elizabeth's 6-month-old baby, of which, although unhappy, she believed there was a higher reason that this had happened. She decided to give the cat to Agnes so that he could serve her too, in exchange for a cake, and Agnes admitted that the cat had killed one of her pigs to prove its power. The cat was said to be teaching her witchcraft as he had Elizabeth. However, due to the difficulties the cat caused her, she said she kept it in a pot lined with wool and had turned it into a toad. The youngest of the accused, 18-year-old Joan Waterhouse, said that she was inquisitive about the cat and sought to look after it while her mother was away. She played with the familiar when it became a toad too, that she did not work with the animal to practice witchcraft. She only treated it as a pet and had used it to play a joke on her neighbour, Agnes Brown. The prank on this 12-year-old girl went wrong, and when she reported seeing a demon of a black dog with the face of an ape, a short tail and horns. This story led the judges of the trial to assume that Agnes Waterhouse had put a spell on the familiar in order to hurt Agnes Brown. Joan was found not guilty in the end. On July the 29th, 1566, Agnes Waterhouse was executed by hanging. During her execution, she begged for forgiveness from God and admitted to sending the cat to hurt one of her neighbours by damaging his goods. However, this neighbour, Wardrow, was of strong faith, and for that reason she failed in her last act of witchcraft. The last trial for witchcraft in England was in 1712, and despite the trials and their horrendous impact, witches and witchcraft have continued to be popular themes in England. Since ancient times, there have been many people who feel connected with the practice of witchcraft. It is unknown if Agnes thought she was a real witch or if she was just an innocent woman who was manipulated by the judges. Please comment, like and subscribe if you wish for more stories, and leave your suggestions below and I will endeavour to cover them.